Hi, in this video we're going to talk about a bond amortization table. As you can see, we've got to separate this into like three parts. So there's going to be, I'm going to do three different examples with these bond amortization tables. Let's look at the first example here. We've got a 4-year, 1,000 face value bond redeemable at par with 6% annual coupons. The first question is determine the price of the bond to yield 3% annual effective. Okay, so we got annual coupons, got an annual effective yield rate, everything's matching up there. And so this is what the timeline's going to look like. And of course the price is the present value of all of these payments. So that would be a 60 times an A angle 4 plus a 1,000 V to the fourth. That's a one-step calculation on the calculator. Put your payments in as a 60 and your future value as a 1,000. I would put both of those in as negative so that when I compute the present value, the price is going to be the present value, it would come out as a positive, and you'll see you should get $1,111.51. So that's going to be the price to yield 3%. The price here to yield 3%. One thing to note here is that the price is this $1,111.51, and the redemption value is 1,000, so the price is greater than the redemption value. And whenever that happens on a bond, we say that the bond is bought at a premium. You're buying it at a premium. You're buying it at a price that's higher than the redemption value. Okay, and then the amount of the premium is actually the difference between the price and the redemption value. So in this case, we would say that this bond is bought at a premium of $111.51. Okay, so now let's look at the amortization table. It looks exactly like the amortization table on a loan, has the same 5-column table. This time the cap I is called the interest earned and not the interest paid. The cap P for a loan amortization table is called the principal repaid. It's called here the principal adjustment. And of course the cap B column is not a balance column here, it's book values. But everything else, I mean symbolically, everything is going to be exactly the same. We calculated the price to be this $1,111.51, so that's going to be the book value at time 0 is the price. Now, let's talk about what's going on here. I'm thinking of us as being the buyers of this bond. So we bought the bond, which means we lent our money to the company. We lent $1,111.51 to the company, and we're lending that to them to yield us a 3% yield rate. And so in order to calculate the amount of interest that we're going to earn at time 1, we would take the amount that we lent, which was the $1,111.51, multiply that by the 3% yield rate, and that's going to end up being that value is $33.35. So the amount of interest that we earned at time 1 is $33.35. We take the amount that we lent the company, and we multiply that times our yield rate. We bought the bond to yield 3%. So we take 3% of what we've lent, and that's how much our interest rate, that's how much the amount of interest is that we're earning at time 1. $33.35. However, at time 1, the payment coupon from the company back to us was $60. They paid us $60, but we earned $33.35 in interest. So the principal adjustment, this is exactly like with loan amortizations. We get the cap P column by taking the payment and we subtract the interest, the cap I value. So in this case, that difference is $26.65. So the principal adjustment is $26.65. This represents the overpayment from the company to us. They overpaid us by $26.65 versus what they actually owed us. They owed us $33.35. That's the interest payment that they owed us, but they paid us $26.65 more than that. They're not going to say, oh, just don't worry, keep it, don't worry about it. No, what they're going to say is, oh, well, we're going to subtract the excess from the amount that you have lent us. So the book value at time 1 will be the book value at time 0 minus that 2665, the original amount that we lent them, the 111151 minus the 2665. Now at time 1 we have a book value of 1084.86, and you can think of that book value there at time 1 as how much we have lent the company at this point. So now we're into it for 1084.86. So before I move on to the next line, let's talk about, and I did this with loan amortization tables, there are many different ways to get that book value at time 1. The way I just did it is I took the book value at time 0 and I subtracted the cap P1 value. Of course, that's one way. Another way is to do a retrospective calculation to get the book value at time 1. That would mean retrospectively then I take the book value at time 0, accumulate it with interest, and subtract the payment. I get the same value, the 1084.86 there. And then a third way is to look prospectively at time 1. Prospectively, I have those 3 more payments of 60 that I'm going to receive, and then I also have the redemption value of 1,000. And if you take the present value of all those, you'll again get 1084.86. So several different ways to get the book value at time 1, but I'm going to use, in this context of amortization tables, I'm going to use the fact that the book value at time 1 is the book value at time 0 minus the principal adjustment. The book value at time 0 is how much we originally lent the company when we bought their bond, and the 2665 represents the overpayment above and beyond what they owed us in interest. And so I subtract that to get subtract the excess payment at time 1 from the amount we had lent them to get what we're into it for right now. So at time 1 we have lent the company $1,084.86. Bought the bond to yield 3%, so 3% of that 1,084.86 is $32.55, so that's going to be the amount of interest that they owe us at time 2. However, they paid us $60 at time 2. That's the coupon payment was $60, so they overpaid us by $60 minus $32.55, which is $27.45. So we're going to reduce the amount that we have lent the company from time 1. The time 1 value, 1084.86, we reduce that by 27.45 to get that at time 2. We now have lent the company at time 2 a value of 1,057.41. So then go through the same process, starting at time 3. Then we are into it for 1,057.41. The book value at time 2. We multiply that by the interest rate 0.03, and we get 31.72. That's how much they owed us. They overpaid us then by 28.28. Subtract the 28.28 from the 1057.41, and now we have lent them $1,029.13. Before I go through the same process, let me just kind of make a comment. We should know then what we have: two empty cells on the bottom line. The cell on the right is the principal adjustment. You should be able to look at the book value at time 3 and the book value at time 4 and see that the principal adjustment at time 4 should be $29.13. So let's go back through our calculation and see. The process that we normally would go through was we take the book value at time 3, that's how much we've lent the company at time 3, times the yield rate that we're requesting or we're demanding at 3%, and that's $30.87, and subtract $30.87 from the $60 payment that they made to us, and it's $29.13 is the principal adjustment. Subtract $29.13 from the book value at time 3, and you get that the redemption value of, or the book value at time 4 is the redemption value. Then at time 4, they pay us that $1,000. At time 3, they owed us, or at time 3 we had lent to them $1,029.13. There's an adjustment of principal of $29.13, leaving at time 4 a loan to the company of $1,000, and then when they pay us the redemption value of $1,000, then everything is square at that point. Okay, so we're done. Everything is square. We got 3% on our investment, and we've been repaid everything. When the redemption value is paid, then the bond the bond has matured, and there's no more payments made by either party. Couple of comments here, again, with same as with loan amortizations. Add up the principal adjustment column, we get the $111.51. Notice that that's the amount of the premium. In this case, that was the price minus the redemption value, the cap B0 minus the cap B4 value. When a bond, so that's the amount of the premium. When a bond is bought at a premium, so this is some more terminology and notation that you should, some more terminology especially that you should know. When a bond is bought at a premium, we say it is written down, since if you'll look at the book values are decreasing. So the bond is being written down from the price to the redemption value. The cap P sub K column, the cap P sub K values are positive values. They're going to be positive values, and they're called amortization of premium or amount of write-down. So if you see that in a question, amortization of premium, you might see that wording, or you might see amount of write-down. They're talking about the cap P sub K values when they talk about that. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to make a comment on is, just like with loan amortization tables, if you take the ratio of consecutive cap P values, take the later one and subtract off the early one of neighboring cap P sub K values, you get 1.03 in this case. In other words, the cap P sub K values is a geometric sequence with a ratio of 1 plus I. So that sequence of cap P's, geometric sequence ratio of 1 plus I, just like with loan amortization tables. The second thing is, if you add up all of the cap P sub values, P1, cap P1 plus cap P2 and so forth, all those cap P sub K values can be written as a cap P sub 1 times a 1 plus I raised to a certain power. When you factor out the cap P sub 1, you'll get this expression in parentheses, which is the VEP expression for an S angle N. So the sum of that whole cap, of that column there, of the cap P column, the principal adjustment column, the sum is cap P sub 1 times an S angle N. And remember that that's going to be the book value at time 0 minus the book value at time N, or the price minus the redemption value. And then finally, the last thing is, same as with loan amortization tables, you can think of the early, if you have book values at different times, you can think of the book value at the earlier time as the present value, and the book value at the later time as the future value. And then this would be the relationship. This general remark 3 would be the corresponding relationship. You get that this is a one-step calculation on your time value of money buttons, where, again, like I said before, the book value at the earlier point in time is the present value. The book value at the later point in time is the future value. Okay, and then finally, if you can apply this with the earlier book value, the K value being 0, and the later book value being the redemption value, and you just get the standard pricing formula. This is exactly what the standard price, or a generalization of the standard pricing formula, number 3 is. Okay, all of this was very similar. Mathematically, it's equivalent to loan amortizations. All right, we've got a couple of more videos that have to do with amortization tables. This was an example where the bond was bought at a premium. We'll look at a couple of other examples in the next 2 videos where the bond was not bought at a premium. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.